Okay, guys, this is big news on NBC Boston somewhere. I don't know if that's radio or TV with Chris Forsberg or something. Danny Ainge says, I think Taco's going to have a chance to make the roster. We'll see. Okay, so he's not dismissing it. If they were already writing him off, he wouldn't be dismissing it like this. So this is just amazing. This is just earth-shattering, highlight of my week type of news. The question becomes, Brad Stevens, remember his words with Amy Flugrad saying, oh yeah, Taco's going to be great, whether he's flipping burgers or, being a programmer or, maybe even playing basketball. Whatever he does, he's going to be really good at it. And just almost saying like it just might not work out with the whole basketball thing. And so, getting Taco on the roster is half the battle. Getting Brad Stevens to actually play this guy and then to actually start this guy is the second half of the battle. And that remains to be seen. Brad loves his small ball. He loves his butler ball, his scrub ball. Go too small and just make excuses for when you lose and try hard and pretend that you look really smart when 1 out of 5 games, all your small players actually shoot lights out together at the same time and you win some games. Brad Stevens, and the problem with Brad Stevens' take it game by game approach, which kind of sounds like Bill Belichick's one game at a time, but Bill Belichick having won that Super Bowl or those Super Bowls with the Giants, I forget how many he won with the Giants as Bill Parcells' defensive coordinator, but he came into his head coaching career in Boston with Super Bowls under his belt, and Brad Stevens doesn't have anything like that, and he still seems to approach the game and the playoffs with this college coach mentality like, gee shucks, we're just lucky to be here. And we've seen this with just about every season Brad Stevens coached in the playoffs, except for 2018 when we had $60 million in salary on the sidelines. And Brad Stevens just simply wasn't impressed with that championship level ball from everybody who was on the court at all. He wanted to go right back to his try hard, goody. What's that guy, Rudy? The Notre Dame movie, right? Or the little guy in Hoosiers who I think made a big basket or something like that. I don't know. I forget the story. But Taco Fall is a guy. Brad Stevens simply, the problem with the one day at a time approach, which is part of the reason he butted heads with Kyrie, who just wanted to slack in the regular season and turn it on in the playoffs. Kyrie was half right or 25% right. In that all that really does indeed matter is the playoffs and how you're going to match up. The problem for Kyrie is if Brad Stevens had been seriously championship-minded, he would have been sitting Kyrie Irving on the bench after the first quarter of Game 2 against the Bucks. Okay, he would have said, yeah, I see where you're going with this, Kyrie, and I'm not going to have it. You can pout on the bench with all the cameras watching. We're trying to win a championship here. And the Celtics would have responded. They could have even banned Kyrie from the arena if he threw a little temper tantrum. When Dredd Irving calls the phone, just put him on ignore. When Kyrie calls, put him on ignore. When Kyrie shows up to the stadium, put him on ignore. Send him back to his car. Go home. Go to Jersey. That's how the Celtics had a chance to win a championship this year. And if we're going to have any chance next year, we're going to need Taco Fall being a key contributor in the playoffs when we're going against superstar power forward Al Horford and MVP candidate center Joel Embiid, not to mention the Raptors. I mean, people write the Raptors off like the Celtics are automatically better, but I don't see that at all. Pascal Siakam's going to take a big leap. They still have Marc Gasol. They still have Serge Ibaka. And you want to throw Gordon Hayward or Jason Tatum out there at power forward against Pascal Siakam? You want to throw Enes Kanter out there against Marc Gasol? It's not going to go well. So anyway, guys, this is huge. And I do believe it signals that Taco Fall makes the roster. I will update you when we get the video footage of this or further comments from Danny Ainge, but this is worth a video in itself while we wait for those details. Because if Danny Ainge had no intention of bringing Taco Fall onto the team, he never would have said he's going to have a chance to make the roster. He would have said, oh, well, don't get your hopes up. It's just not really going to work out the way all these Celtics reporters have been trying to tell you, right? They were all trying to tell you, Jared Weiss, even this guy Adam Kaufman a little bit, all these other guys. Oh, he's just, don't get your hopes up. He's just not going to make it. He's not that good. He's a joke. He's a freak. He's a summer league sideshow. Just laugh and have a good time at the tall guy. And then get ready to say goodbye. So, screw all those losers. They never know what they're talking about. They're wrong 99% of the time. And they have these egos like they're right 99% of the time. So they are steaming right now to hear these words, and they're thinking, yeah, well, he's still not going to make the roster. He's still got to get some herky-jerky moves. He's too predictable in his motions. Let me know what you think, guys. I will update you with more news. I'll see you soon. Taco Sexuals United. Peace.